Hello, I'm Arbre5934 here, and we are here to look at Orcs Must Die Unchained, the closed beta. Now, I've played 3 games so far. All of them are co-op against bots, because I couldn't find a single match in the regular mode, but that's to be understood since it is closed beta. But we are going to go and have a look through the options first, and then we're going to get into some gameplay. So, as you probably noticed, this is not full screen. That's because there's a tab that opens for the menus, and then it opens another tab for the gameplay. Now, I'm assuming they will make this full screen later on, because right now it's quite irritating. But until then, you just have to put up with it. Now, this is the big thing that I wanted to point out. Once I can load to the heroes, is that these heroes cost around between 28,000 and 35,000 skulls. Now, I'm leaving these two out since these are the early heroes which you can just get, but all of the interesting heroes cost around 30,000 skulls. Now, 30,000 skulls is a number which is borderline impossible to get, since you receive approximately 20 skulls for winning a game with multiple kills, and you receive 200 skulls for your first win of the day. Now, let's say you play 3 games a day for 2 months. That is more than I'd expect anyone to play this, and you'd still only be able to unlock 1 hero. And that's assuming that you don't want to go and unlock one of these minion cards during that period, which all cost between 600 and 6,000 skulls. As do the traps, they would cost between 600 and 4,500, and I believe the gear has stuff over 12,000. And then there's bosses, but those are really optional for now. Now, there's these chests which unlock a random item. However, chances are that it's going to be worse than the amount of skulls you put in. There's these skins which aren't unlockable. And then there's a few other little temporary items. Now, there is no practical way to unlock the heroes. The minions, to unlock 3 Null Hunters, which is a very, very good card, you would need to play 3 games a day for about 2 weeks just to unlock 1 card, which is a bit absurd in my opinion. And the pricing stays about the same for everything post the starting cards. Now, I'm not saying that you can't enjoy the game without having to spend a lot of time in it. I haven't put a lot of time in this, and I'm having loads of fun, but it just needs to be stated that their shop is drastically overpriced, with it requiring weeks of playing just to unlock basic cards, and multiple months just to unlock heroes. Now, of course, that can all be skipped with a little bit of real money. Now, normally I have a very distinct opinion of pay to win. Pay to win is that buying something that cannot be obtained regularly in game, or buying something that will be obtained in game but will require more than 20 hours of grinding. Now, 20 hours of grinding, that actually comes from where I used to play World of Warcraft, when I used to spend, say, an hour and a half grinding herbs. And I believe that anything below 20 hours of grinding for endgame items is completely acceptable. However, these heroes would require about 120 hours of gameplay to unlock. These minions would require approximately 28 hours to unlock, and these are low quality cards. You know, they aren't the $12,000 skull bosses, which are the end game equipment. These are the things that you actually need to play the game. You know, if you're just going into it with your basic equipment, and you come up against someone who's bought, say, just for an example, they've bought Knoll Hunters or Orc Archers, and you only have some Orcs, 10 Orcs, you are going to lose. There is no question these items are better than what you get regularly. There's also these little traits which I should just state that I'm not really sure what they do. They just add small. Well, I do know what they do, but they're pretty minor. But what I just need to emphasize is that unless you're putting in at least $20 into this game, you are going to be missing over 50% of the content, since it should take more than 2 years to unlock every hero playing a minimum of 2 games a day. Now, that's outrageous in my opinion. And it'd take almost that long to unlock minions, since if you add all of the minions together, they come to about the same as the heroes, which means that in order to unlock all of the content in this game, it could take up to 10 years of gameplay. Playing 3 games a day, which is about 2.5 to 4 hours. So that's very, very outrageous, since there's no one in their right mind going to play 4 hours a day for 10 years. And yeah, I just felt I needed to bring that up, since it's quite an outrage to me. Now again, I'm not saying you can't have fun I'm not saying you can't have fun if you don't have all those items, and I'm not saying that those are permanent. This is still closed beta, so everything that I mention here has got to be taken with a grain of salt, since they are most likely going to change it in the future. But I just can't emphasize enough that as of their system right now, the game is so limited. So we're going to go into a co-op game. I'm going into co-op since regular multiplayer I've had very, very bad luck finding matches where for some reason co-op just takes a few seconds. So to me it looks like multiplayer's going to load faster. So yeah, I'm just going to pause the game and come back to you when we begin. Okay, so we're here. It was about a 2-minute wait. As you can see, there's some heroes which you have access to for free. They're on a random rotation. So yeah, we're just waiting for people to lock. This can take a very long period of time. However, you've just got to wait through it. So I've chosen Black Paw, which is an assault hero. Yes, an offensive hero. Now, I've chosen offensive over defensive for this video, since I believe it shows off the game better. Since defensive is basically the same as Orcs Must Die 1 or Orcs Must Die 2. Which, in my opinion, made defense much better. Now, you just got to keep it in mind that this is closed beta. So if something's not working properly, then you've just got to understand that they haven't made the game. They haven't finished building the game yet. So I expect to see multiple bugs. Starting now. Yes. So this is what I meant when I said that there's a different tab that opens. The other thing is, the other menu is still open, they just opened a different one for the game, which is acceptable, although it is a minor irritating. I believe I've played this guy before. Calls Beyond Summon Spirit Knolls. No, I haven't played this one. I normally play him. Can't think of his name off the top of my head. I think it's Hosgoth. I thought it. So this is the main base. The objective of the game is to get your minions into your opponents while your defensive team presents them. There's 2 lanes, and with a 3rd lane that's just there but unused. And each lane has a war camp. Now, each war camp, you play your cards. So you remember how I was saying that there's those cards that, you know, there's those 6,000 credit cards you can buy? Well, this is where you play them. And then you go up against and then you go and attack your opponent's defensive side. Now, you have to stay with your minions. Press F to spawn waves. Okay, so you stay with your minions in order to summon more minions. Now, there's also one of those towers on your defensive side, however it can't be unlocked until about halfway through the game, since it is a very, very expensive thing. So, I'm regaining my points which I require to summon my minions by standing in a group with them. Now, this can be seen as a good thing, but since my character is an assassin character, it's also quite irritating since I can't just go around the enemy, go around the defenses from behind, try and get kills. I have to stay with my minions, otherwise I won't gain any credits. And if I don't have any credits, my offensive side will lose, because they just have more. As you can see, I am not playing this character very well.
One of our guardians is under attack. They're breaking through.
So, the opponent team is doing very well. We have a bit of time until the next wave, so I'll just go over and show you the defensive side. So, what we're doing, they're also doing. So this is where they were pressuring our Guardian. Now they've taken half of our Guardian's health off, which is a very, very bad thing. Since once the Guardian falls, they can get access to the rift. However, there are 2 Guardians. The second one is a bit stronger than the first one, however not by a lot. Now, you can look up on the board and see that they have more defensive people than we have, which means that it'll be harder for us to push. However, it does mean that our defensive side, assuming they can pull their weight, will have an excellent time defending. Now, there's 3 resources which we use. The first resource is the traps, that's earned by killing enemy minions. The second resource is the summoning minions, that's earned by standing in the group with your minions. And the third one is the amount of minions we're allowed to have summoned at one time. That's to stop you from just swarming the opponent. It's a low cost method. I'm just going to summon my knolls. There's very little I can do here when it comes to traps.
One of our guardians is under attack. They're breaking through.
Now the Guardian is just position back, since you just got to stand outside and try to attack. Quite simple. However, it's something you've just got to learn to do. I'm just going to try and take this guy down here.
The enemy has upgraded a war camp.
So it doesn't look like we're going to be able to push that. But now I have almost 4,000 credits, so I'm going to be loading it into this. So we're almost at the point where we can go to level 2, which allows us to summon more expensive minions. I'm just going to quickly run back and get a heal, since that seems like the best option. Now I'm not claiming to be very good at this game, but I've got a general idea of what to do. And those scores that show up on the board are basically worthless, since it just shows who stood with their traps or who stood with their minions for the longest period. You know, it has nothing to do with who does the most damage. That's why I'm able to get it so easily. Now, I've just summoned those 2 gnolls, which should go harass the enemy heroes. They only attack the enemy heroes, so they're excellent at finishing them off. Really managed to escape. You summon your 2 gnolls, and
One of our guardians is under attack.
I'm gonna have to pull back here since my health is so low. Now, I can't place any traps on the offensive side of the board, which means that if I want to spend this money, I should go over to the defensive team and place down some traps. A good time to do this would be now, which is when the waves are over. So, you know, I've got a few thousand points which I can just unload some wall traps or some spike traps. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do put down some arrow traps, which in my opinion are by far the most effective trap. Now, at this rate, I am not going to make it back in time to read our wave, but I should be able to meet them here. Okay, so by the look of things, we've gone to tier 2, which means I need to replace my minions. Now, this character is very, very good. Pull down a go. 3 seconds. I'm gonna go to the first one.
One of our guardians is under attack. They're breaking through.
The point is, we do not want to be in the top area, since they can easily do us.
One of our guardians is under attack.
As you can see, I'm unfamiliar with this hero, so it's probably not going to be the most entertaining gameplay. But, oh, well, what can you do? I'm more of a fan of a tank or a ranged DPS, as that just seems to give me a bit more variety. Where this hero is an assassin, and while we're just pushing against a wall of traps, there's very little he can do, since he needs to be able to pursue the enemy. Anyway, so I'm going to be updating my minions here, since I can change them for 14. That's a huge buff. Also, I have the ability to add a buff to all minions who go past a certain area. So, I should have an arm buff, I believe, but I can only do it once I have a very large amount of resources. So, as you can see, the tier 2 orcs are very, very high in numbers compared to the tier 1 orcs. So, this should give us the ability we need to get through. Now, this is the harassing ability that makes this guy so powerful with his gnolls. Of course, they just force the enemy to retreat.
One of our guardians is under attack.
So, these traps here are expensive. Likely to be changed in this game. These are bringing me down quite low. As of right now, we are losing heavily. However, we seem to have more minions coming out than they do, so there's a chance that we can turn this around. Now, as I said before, once the game's about halfway through and you have about 15,000 of the lower resource, you can begin to open the other camps, which gives you
The enemy has upgraded a war camp.
Now, they've just come up to the level we're at, so this is gonna probably push quite heavily. Now, I just summoned this here, which will give all of our minions a vampire buff, I believe it is. The best buff, in my opinion, is the defensive buff, which comes from this guy, which allows them to just survive. I'm not exactly sure what buff this guy gives. This is my first real play of him. I've played a bit of him in the
One of our guardians is under attack.
So this is the first game about position.
They're breaking through.
As a hero, it's a
One of our guardians is under attack. Our guardian is falling.
So this is what happens when they pin you down. There's just nothing really done about it. So my priority is going to be to destroy this gate, and that should allow us a bit more freedom. Now, one of the things that are very good about this game is that you can turn the game around very quickly.
Spirits cannot hold.
You know, there's things that you can do that just change the way the game is running. Such as opening the second camp. If you open it before they do, then your defensive team becomes offensive. That can allow... So I can't just go barging in there since they've got it. So I put on DPS. However, he's lacking in a lot of other areas. We didn't break the...
They're breaking through. One of our guardians is under attack.
So I'm gonna go and help defend for a while, since there's a lot of reasons the next player. They've got the assassin in here.
Enemy in the rift room. One of our guardians is under attack. Enemies at the rift has been compromised.
I really shouldn't have done that.
We've upgraded a war camp.
Move, dum-dum. My feet hurt. I'm in the biscuit.
So now I have the XP required to unlock this war camp, which could potentially change the game.
We've opened a new war camp.
Okay. So that should give us the ability to do a lot, put on a lot more pressure.
You'll pay for this!
We're breaking through the defenses.
Gained a lot more freedom. Well, this is going really badly.
The enemy has opened a war camp.
And now they have access to their second war camp. So their defensive team is now doing fairly well. The point is, team at all range. Oh, my character.
Out of my way. Bring up rear. Off my...
This is also the thing that happens when they have a level advantage, is that they can just push through your troops. With ease.
We're breaking through the defenses.
Sorry, I'm just being a constant game. So I don't want to overextend. So just hit level 6. So I am going to go for the
Keep moving.
Our captain has arrived.
oh lovely, a captain. This could give us the pushing strength we need.
Careful.
Now, as you can see, these games as of right now,
We've defeated an enemy guardian. We've upgraded a war camp.
I guess they are a level higher than me, so it's no alternative. So, in my opinion, the game is unbalanced, with range heroes having the same DPS at close range as melee heroes, which was just shown
Our
in that
captain has
battle
been
there.
defeated.
So my hero is a melee hero, and the archer is a ranged hero, but they're doing the same DPS as I am at melee range, which basically
The
means
enemy has
the
upgraded a war
ranged
camp.
heroes have everything that
Cannot hold.
regular heroes. They have 10.
Voices.
My credits.
They hurt. Move, stupid. Thinking hurt.
Now also, the enemy team has some special items.
I want
I'm going to try a different strategy of running around into the second area. Since there's very little I can do as of right now, I'm going to try pushing up here. Now this is mana he's unhittable, but as soon as his mana runs out,
One of our guardians is under attack.
Now this is another thing that they need to do. I've seen this problem in a few other games, although games like Dota and Heroes of the Storm seem to fix it out, where one team is obviously leading and by quite a large amount. However, they just can't execute you. Now, as I have continuously said, there are ways we can turn this around. However, it's just still the point is that they are winning by a very large amount, and
The enemy has upgraded a war camp.
And there's nothing that they can do to execute us quickly. Now, some people will use that as
Take that! I see him!
Crude but effective.
Now, once we reach this stage, this is
I see them! Hit it!
This guy is really
I see them! We're coming for you! Hit it! Hit the eyes!
gets him out of his manner. He just dies. Bait them back.
I scraped my chin! Which way do we go? No fighting! Who's in charge?
Yeah, we got quite a nice army here.
Bye, Schulbugs!
I don't really agree with the choice of the competition is more and archers are very unsuccessful. I would have preferred either gold or tank.
I see them!
So I'm just keeping out of combat since there's very little I can do in this position.
They're breaking through.
Yeah, so I'm just going to push back and heal.
We've upgraded a war camp.
Now this is where we can get some decent equipment in, since we can go for the nice large swarms of orcs, or should anyone have it, we can go for the gnolls. Not gnolls, I can't actually think of their name. The trolls. Trolls.
Forward! Go down!
After this,
Go! My boy!
spend some crap credits.
Forward!
Getting one.
Move over there!
Again, nothing I can do.
Hit it! Take that! I see them! Hit it!
Push back and then,
They're breaking through. One of our guardians is under attack.
yeah. So we're gonna trade in for some high level crossbow.
They've broken through a gate.
There are enemies in the rift room.
So this is a very good.
One of our guardians is under attack.
He's got his banana shield up. make a few more videos of this game, but as of now, I'm bad at it, and the game is very irritating. Just a few little irritating.
There are enemies in the rift room.
We only have half our
One of our
liquids
guardians
remaining.
is under attack.
Oh, I guess I spoke too
More enemies in the rift. Our rift is enemies in the rift room.
You will pay for this!
So that's the game in a nutshell. There's gonna be some more closed beta coming out soon. See what I got. So I got to level 2. And I got 30 skulls. Now that doesn't increase for winning the game, you just about get 30 skulls every game. Wow, that was almost 30 minutes, that's impressive. Okay. So that's the game. Hope you enjoy. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments. If you want me to do another video of this, just let me know. And goodbye.